So last summer, last year I lived in my fraternity and they did all my shopping for me. I got an apartment this summer and now I have to do that myself. So one thing that's tough is groceries, budgeting groceries, keeping it under my goal for the week. For that reason, Food Friend has two goals. That is keeping track of my personal or your personal recipes and budgeting your groceries. I don't have too many complex recipes. I'm not like a cook, but like I need to enter my recipes into the thing so that it can see the meals that I have and like plan out my weekly meal plan. I tried to make, I like to try and imitate Ruck's blue cheese. I don't know if you guys have ever tried that. It's really good. I got it really well once. I wish I'd at least written it down. If I'd had this app, I would remember what I did. But I can't remember the proportions, so that's gone. And yeah, budgeting my groceries. I try to keep it under $50 a week. It's usually around 65, so we'll work on it. So from a use case perspective, this is how the app should work. The first thing you should do is enter your recipes. So like, and when you enter a recipe, you specify like lunch, dinner, breakfast, or a snack. You say what kind of meal it is so it knows where to put that when you plan out your weekly schedule. So you enter your recipes. So when you enter your recipes, you enter like the steps. I'm gonna make it so you can like add a timer to each step so that like if you're putting something in the oven, your like iPhone will ding after like a couple, like 40 minutes or however long. Take inventory. So this is important. This is an important feature for like scalability. So I wanted to make it usable for fraternities and like stewards and stuff. So you need to know what you already have before you go shopping. So just log what you have. When I was stew at the house, we just made a checklist and then we went shopping. So that was a pain. Enter a schedule. So for me, I never eat breakfast, so I would take breakfast off every day of the week. So you can say like how many days you want to go shopping for. So I go shopping weekly. I feel like that's pretty standard. Most people do that. I never eat breakfast. Sunday dinners are paid for by the house, so I would uncheck that. And on Saturday, I basically bum around and sit on the couch, so I probably eat a couple more snacks. And then you generate your meal plan. And when you do that, you specify your budget, and it will try its best to generate a meal plan for you with as many different meals under your specified budget, if it can. And yeah, shop. So yeah, when you generate a meal plan, it will generate a shopping list for you with all the things you need to pick up for the meals for that week, taking into account what you put in your inventory. So this is one thing I'm not sure how to do yet. You have to enter the prices for the items at whatever place you shop at. So for me, that's Price Chopper. And some items, like they come in like packs. Like eggs have like a quantity. There's like 12 eggs in there, and other things have like volume. And there's like a lot of things to take into account. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do that, but that's my snag right now. So I'm running the app in Ruby Motion. I love Ruby Motion. Again, it's an iPhone app and iPad app. Ruby Motion is native iOS development in Ruby. It's really cool. The downside is it's not open source. It's maintained and run by two guys, and they push updates like once a week. It's really good. These are what I'm using for my app. I'm really focusing on test-driven development. Frank is great. It's an acceptance test DSL, domain specific language for it actually runs the app. Well, here, this is what it looks like. It lets me write tests that look like English. It's really cool, and then it matches it to the regex in the step definitions file. So it actually launches the app in front of me and goes through all the steps. I think by default they take a quarter of a second each, so you see it running through the tests and you see exactly where it fails. I actually refactored my code completely at one point, and it was really helpful. It didn't break, but if it had, I would have seen and known exactly where. So this is really good. Teacup is a really cool gem. I'm using to lay out view code. Ruby Motion helps you really separate. It's MVC, Model View Controller. And in Xcode, view and controller code is kind of like meshed together. I like this. It helps me separate view code, kind of like a CSS style sheet, and keep it all in the style sheet file. Yeah, bubble wrap. So a lot of gems are focused on just like Rubyifying all iOS. Like iOS code is like really long. They like write out all the words, and they're just like really nice shortcuts. Same with SugarCube. You can just say like the RGB.UI color or the hex.UI color, image.UI image. Test flight, I'm sure anyone that's writing iOS apps knows what test flight is. You can send over-the-air betas to your friends and your boss. That's what I use it for. I guess this is just family and friends for me. And oh yeah, I wasn't gonna write a backend for my app because I didn't want to do that work. I wasn't sure how I was gonna do it, but I found this like yesterday. So apparently you just include it in your app and then you can create an object like pf object, test object, and save it, and it saves it to a backend for you, which is awesome. I just looked it up on a whim, and that's amazing. So I think I'm gonna look into that and use that. Questions? All right. Thanks.
So, you will use the system, right?
Yes.
You will at least one use.
Yes.
So what is the expected time you may complete? You have some schedule? Rough schedule, not
yeah, I don't know. It may take me more than a semester. Probably more than a semester. But I mean, I'm working on 2 apps, so it's tough to manage time. Hopefully soon. I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah.
What are you using to store like food and recipes that people enter?
That's another gem, motion data. It does models kind of like Ruby on Rails does their models. It looks like that. Yeah, it's really nice. I like the syntax. Yeah. Anything else?
Maybe one other.
Yeah.
The question is, not only using this for individuals, but also for fraternity house or RPI or different organizations to manage meal plans. Is that also like scaling up, right? Is that kind of part of it?
Yeah, I really want it to be usable for fraternities and groups of people. Yeah, for sure. And I'll definitely keep that in mind as I make it and make sure it is. Yeah. Anything else?